What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 330. We are back with an absolutely fantastic Apex event coming at you this weekend, headlined by a former interim title challenger in Josh Emmett taking on rising contender and Kevin Vallejos. That should be a fun main event no matter how that plays out. But before we get into all of it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate everyone that does. Let's go. All right. Now it's time to talk about it. We got Apex ahead of us. I will not call it the Meta Apex. Will not happen. It's terrible. Apex, it's like fine enough name. The Meta Apex? That sounds bad. That sounds awful. But we got Josh Emmett, Kevin Vallejos. The overall card, not too great, even for Apex quality. Definitely lacking overall. I feel like
lacking in names, but it's one of those ones where it could be a sleeper.
And that's where it's one of those things where overall for any card, any fight for this year, I'm just gonna keep my expectations lower than normal heading into it. I'm not gonna say completely low. But we've had plenty of times, I feel like, especially recently, of like no name value, but these could be some banger fights, and it just turns out to not be banger fights. But I do agree, we could definitely get some really good ones on this card.
Oh, yeah.
But the main event, the reason why we're all here, Josh Emmett taking on Kevin Vallejos. Big step up for Kevin. Absolutely flying to the moon with the UFC fucking rocket ship on his back, pushing him through this division. It's always so funny of just one of those things, because it's like, what, he is 3-0 now in the UFC, I believe.
Yep.
With it, 2 finishes, 1 decision. And the amount of people that we have been watching go through just the general meat grinder of 145, and it's like, how are they not getting opportunities into the top 15, whatever, you know what I mean? And Kevin Vallejos gets Giga Chikadze in his third UFC fight, and that sets him up against Josh Emmett in this main event. If he wins this, would not be surprised if he gets a very big opportunity after this.
Oh, yeah 100%. Because you know what all those fighters are missing that are not getting the opportunities that Kevin Vallejos has? Storyline. Him and Jean Silva have history. He went to decision against Jean Silva on the Contender Series. People know this. They bring it up. It will 100% be something that they are aiming to do here in the near future if they are able to do it.
Yeah.
Plus, he's young and exciting.
Exactly.
And it's like, with getting the opportunity against Giga and going out there and finishing him like that, it's like, obviously the opportunities are not for nothing, you know?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Because that's always one of those things where it doesn't matter what opportunities you're given, you have to actually go out there and make something of those opportunities to actually proceed further.
Right.
So it's like, to go out there and just blast through Giga like he did, that was super impressive. We knew he would get a big opportunity because of that, and like I said, former interim title challenger in Josh Emmett. He has been around the UFC and fought damn near every big name in the division.
Yeah. And I feel like Kevin is going to get himself a good win here. I really do. He might be able to knock him out because Kevin obviously has good power, good striking. It's just really well-rounded and great on the feet, you know?
Yeah.
And Josh Emmett's only been knocked out one time. It was by the hardest hitting 45er, so let's see where Kevin stacks up to that. But if he doesn't knock him out, I could easily see him winning the decision. It's like everything that we've seen from Kevin. It's like he seems like he has solid wrestling and defense. He is very good on the feet. He has power. He has good footwork. He is just, you know what I mean? Like, he could probably work on moving his head a bit more, but whatever. That's majority of the fighters. And I just feel like Josh, he's solid, but he's old. 41 years old, and the young buck, I think, is going to have himself a nice win here.
I was about to say, if he's able to knock out Ilia Topuria, he's able to knock out Josh Emmett, he'll be compared to Ilia Topuria, who was unable to knock him out in a very similar 5-round main event. You obviously get the comparisons because of that. You have the storyline with Jean Silva. There's a lot of things that they'll be able to do to hype up Kevin Vallejos as coming up and being one of the next contenders in the division. I love seeing this. We have Steve Garcia, who's moving up the division as well. We've got Melchizedek Acosta moving up in the division. I love seeing the younger guys right now just being able to get these opportunities.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I definitely do agree with you that he really should be able to go out there and get it done over someone like Josh Emmett. Obviously, the threat of the power of Emmett will always be there, no matter how long he decides to fight. It doesn't matter if he was 50 years old. I believe he could still one-punch knock out damn near anyone in that division if he landed clean. Now, it's one of those things of the actual ability to deliver the punch and land clean, getting older, and just especially against a newer crop of fighter, the new generation of fighter, just someone much younger, it's like his skills on the feet, like you said, are just way better. He just puts on much more volume, much more consistent pressure, really just goes out there, does not fuck around at all, and tries to hunt his opponent down to get the finish. Where it's like Josh will, he'll pressure with just the movement and the threat of I'm charging up this right hand, and if you stand in front of me, then I'll release it. You know what I mean? It's like Kevin is going to go out there and put hands on you and force you to make mistakes to where he can capitalize on those opportunities and put you out because of it.
And the thing is, like you're saying, he does go out there and he does try to go hunt the finish. That does leave him open. He does absorb 4.7 strikes per minute.
And that's why I was saying that one thing he could work on is probably some head movement, get some better defense in there, but
definitely something I hope he has worked on coming into this Josh Emmett fight, because even though, yes, he did go 3 rounds with Jean Silva, that overhand right is a one hitter quitter knockout power. Insane what happens to people when they get hit by Josh Emmett sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's where it's sorry, because I was just gonna say, it's the sometimes though, because it's obviously his last win was Bryce Mitchell, and that was overhand right fucking put him straight into a seizure. But it's before that it was 2019, before that it was 2017. It's I feel like he has not been knocking people out the same way, where it's going to the decision with Shane Burgos, Dan Ige, Calvin Kattar, in his wins. And then for his losses, it's he didn't land that on Yair, Lerone, Yusuf. I'm not even going to bring up Ilya, but it's Ilya too, where it's it's not a very consistent thing where it's oh, he's touching you and he's just rocking them. We've seen Kevin has got a chin. Obviously, you shouldn't be testing that as often as you can, but I just feel like Josh Emmett is knocking out specific people as to, not everybody, you know what I mean? And I just don't think that Kevin Vallejos falls into that specific people thing. And I really, unless he runs face forward, straight into the shit, I don't think that Josh Emmett's going to get the knockout here.
No, yeah.
I get it.
And I know the power's there, it's a threat, but I just don't know how much of a threat it really will play out to be,
I completely understand that. It's one of those things where it could kind of go either way. Kevin could just go in there, charge in with, a 3-punch combo, and then Josh Emmett moving back, and then he just stops on that last one, boom, counter, overhand right, as he's coming forward. And I could see that put him on his ass, and then getting the either a ground and pound KO, TKO situation, or whatever it may be. It's just do I think that's going to happen? No. I think Kevin Vallejos, even though he does go out, he does try to get the finish. This is his first time, as far as I know, fighting in a 5-round fight. So he might go out there and exercise a bit more caution.
No. Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say no, because I saw that a title on a decision win, but that was for some reason a 3-round title fight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things, because it's I definitely get your point, where it's the power, it doesn't always shine through. And that's where I feel like it's really one of those things of his lack of ability with his skill set to just fully deliver it in most cases. Because it's especially with his last 4 losses, all of those fighters, especially comparatively to most other people in most divisions, pretty elusive fighters that don't just get hit. You know what I mean?
Fair.
I don't know all of their numbers of like, how much they absorb per minute. But I would definitely assume all of them are under Kevin Vallejos,
no. But then even then, like the two fighters below that are Calvin Kattar, who's never been finished, and Dan Ige, who just recently finally got finished.
Yeah, and I know Shane Burgos like wasn't finished for a while, but like even just like with them, I would also say just like in terms of when they fought like Josh Emmett in the UFC, just more experienced and seasoned strikers than someone like Kevin Vallejos. Yes. But so that's where it's just like I really feel like all Kevin has to do is just be on his P's and Q's, like he has to just not get cocky, not get too overconfident, and he has to not go out there, start easily landed on Josh Emmett, maybe hurt him, you know what I mean? And like just feeling himself, and then basically just get into like too much of a state where he just disrespects him, and he's just in there too long to be able to possibly get hit with like a flush shot like that, because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he does get like, touched a lot, like, number statistically wise, like he doesn't have like the greatest head movement, but it's like, if he's going out there and is just like, I'm going to go out here and like be mindful of that right hand and still go and do what I can to get it done, he really shouldn't have much of a problem, because it's not going to be like, oh, Josh Emmett landed a jab and now he's on. Fucking right hand. And as long as he's just like, oh, I'm not going to sit right in front of him throwing a 7-8 piece combo. You know what I mean?
No, but that's why I don't think that it's going to be a problem, is because I do think that Kevin is like a lot better on the feet like that. You know what I mean? Like he's not just this young kid that just runs forward. And even if he does end up with a first round finish, it's not based off of shooting out of a cannon, putting on pressure people can't handle, and getting these people out of there. You know what I mean? Like he is really like methodical in there. Even if he is doing a lot, like it's not incredibly reckless. He has shown patience, like all of those things. So that's where it's like, I don't see this being an actual issue, because you get a certain level of fighter and Josh cannot land that clean right hand on them. Like,
I get it.
Oh yeah.
And I know he's like not proven, but it's like even with the Giga win, you know what I mean? It's like looked very good in there, was very patient and found that spinning back fist and had him out. Like, he is just, you know what I mean? Like,
that is fair, because of just forgetting like of the Giga performance exactly, of like how patient he really was in that first round with him. And
it's like overall it went to the second round, but he only landed a total of 20 of 32 strikes. Significant. First round threw 21 strikes in there. Like he was definitely just really taking it slow, really respecting him, and really just trying to find his own pace, his own rhythm, and his own distance in there. And then he did. Like
and that's where it's like I feel like it definitely makes more sense against someone like Giga, because one of just like size and length, and just his like striking ability. And that's where it's like with Josh Emmett, I do believe that it's like he is just the better striker and all of that. And that's where it's just the, being young, first main event, like, and it's just like kind of starts feeling himself, and then just ends up in there a little bit too long. But it's like, overall, like I really do feel like that he should be able to go out there, easily display better skills, and get Josh Emmett out of there and probably under it. I know it's not like, Josh Emmett has been finished a whole bunch, like you said, only one time by Jeremy Stevens, but it's like Kevin Vallejos, he hits hard, he goes after it, he can put on a pace, and it's 41 years old Josh Emmett, if he doesn't find that shot, I'm not sure if he hangs in there for 25 minutes.
I get it.
I get what you're saying. Now, one question that it's going to also be somewhat answered depending on what Josh Emmett goes on and does. He is a good wrestler. He's not the greatest. He's not the worst. He is a pretty good, solid wrestler. That would probably be a smart game plan, because everyone knows, like, oh yeah, he's going to go out with the overhand right. Like, he is the Michael Chandler of 145 of wrestler with a big right hand. Like, So obviously Kevin Vallejos is going to be like training for those takedown attempts and stuff. But Josh knows 100% I can go 5, I can shoot 11 takedowns, I can throw as many shots as I need to and still be there. Will this kid be able to do that? So that's something that I think will also be interesting, because even though Josh is like someone who's like more patient and does look for his shots, he isn't someone who just sits back on his back foot. He does push forward. He does pressure. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Kevin deals with that. I do think he's going to win.
Easy. First round KO.
That would be
like I said, I do think he's gonna win. But like, I am interested to see if we're able to get more out of Kevin because of what Josh is able to bring to the table, because he does have a couple of things he can do. He is a crafty vet. He can find his ways into fights.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it definitely should be a good main event. No matter what, it should be some good fun. And more than likely ends in finish.
Yeah.
Let's go. Moving on to the co-main event.
Speaking of probably ends in finish.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like when it got booked and just not thinking too much about it, it's one of those things of, I have loved Jillian Robertson for so long and she's been so much fun, but I, for the longest time, never believed in her ability at the higher level of the division. But she's fucking put it on a run, man.
Yeah.
She is pulling all of her skills together. She is looking so much better on the feet. She's looking way more... Everything is so much more thoughtful and way more precise and focused into what she wants to do exactly to her opponents to get them out of there or just win the fight. And it's just like... It's one of those things where I was definitely worried about her fighting Amanda Lemos, but it's like... Before, like, you know, just setting up and just thinking about it a bit, like, as you were wrapping up that fight, Ginger...
Yeah,
I really feel like she's just gonna go out there and dominate this fight. Amanda Lemos can definitely be dangerous. She definitely has big power, but I feel like much more recently she is way too content to just back up onto the cage and not even really look for that big shot. Just kind of look like she's going to attempt it. Jillian's gonna put a pressure on her, take her down, and get us up within 2.
Yeah, because like with you saying that, like you never really saw her at the top. Because what I was gonna say is that, I mean, she is 30 years old now.
Yeah.
She has 19 fights in the UFC. You know what I mean? She came in very young.
Yep.
She came in very specifically a BJJ, like just a grappler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like you said, she is just really tightened up. She's really gotten her shit together. She has just spent the years improving through all of her fights and just everything, that it's like she's actually gotten herself to a certain level where, yeah, like she's on this win streak. She was supposed to fight Yasmin Lucindo. That fight fell off, and they're here like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give you Amanda Lemos. And like you said, Amanda has not been looking good. She is also 38 years old. So who knows if like,
she is.
Yeah, like, so who knows if the age is playing any part into it. But when this got booked, that's how I felt. I was like, I guess there's always the chance, because Amanda does have the power, that technically she could maybe land on Jillian. But wow, do I just see Jillian really taking a hold of this fight.
I get it.
I do agree. Out of Lemos' 5 losses, there's 1 TKO loss, 2 subs, 2 decisions. I feel like it's either going to be a sub or it's going to be a dominating decision where she's attempting to get her out of there. But Lemos obviously is going to be training for jiu-jitsu, for takedown defense, for submission defense, because that's what she knows Jillian Robertson is going to go out and try to do. So it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be a skill set of, is she able to defend the submissions long enough to be able to survive to a decision, or is it just going to end in a submission because her skill just was not up to...
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I also just wonder if that, like, even if she's just like, if she's dominating with the grappling and just starts hunting for the sub and can't get it, she's gonna try and smash her out of there, because she's developed her, like, striking on the feet and ground and pound so much.
Yeah. You want to know what I also feel like might be an issue, and this kind of only plays into Jillian winning? The last few fights where like Amanda has not been looking great is when she's been fighting people who have been grappling her, or just a lot of grappling involved. Like, I wonder if she can't, like, I know it sounds crazy, but do both, where it's like go out there and strike with somebody, but also worry about the grappling. Or if she's like, no, I have to take them down, implement striking and grappling. You know what I mean? Like, she seems to do one or the other type shit. And if like there's a lot of grappling involved, she really just doesn't let her fucking hands fly. Like, and yeah, like you said, she has been developing like the ground and pound lately from Jillian in her few fights have been really good. I know she got the finish over Poliana with it, and she got the finish over Marina with it, but I know she's done it in her other fights too. It's like, it's so live that she can like TKO her out of there from fucking mount or back. Like,
no, 100%. So yeah, let's go.
Would be awesome. She wants Mackenzie Dern if she wins.
I get it.
That would be
Right.
such a good fight, man.
Bro,
That would be so fun.
because it's
Yes.
one of those things where it's like, Jillian is not some like physically dominant fighter, so she's not going to be able to just go out there and bully Mackenzie Dern.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like someone like Jessica Andrade.
Yeah.
And she's going like
they both go for it.
Yeah, it's like I have no doubt that she will be unafraid of Dern's grappling and be willing to test herself and go for there. So it's like and so yeah, it's just like she has really good grappling, and it's like obviously like it's not like she's some wrestling ace either.
No, yeah, her takedowns are not good. It's kind of them both. They both don't have great takedowns.
Yeah, I would definitely give Jillian way better ones. You know, like fucking Mackenzie Dern's wrestling is dog shit, man. Like her literal ability to take the fight to the mat is zero. Like it is so bad. Jillian can take people down and get them there. It may not be the best, but she will kind of even on the Marab thing and just keep going for it until she gets it. You know. Yeah. But so that's where it's like someone that's going to.
Does Mackenzie have better takedown defense than her? I mean, takedown accuracy than her?
No, I wanted to look at Mackenzie Dern's. I'm leaving that in my back pocket for right now because I need to look up.
It can't be that bad.
It's like 13%, right?
God. Jillian is
at 18.
I was about to say Jillian's at 40. Mackenzie Dern's at 18.
I was gonna say I was almost 100% sure. Like, yes, bro.
It's that bad.
I knew it was horrendous. I guess I never looked at the actual number. All right, my bad, Jillian.
Defense is 30.
My fault.
It is 37% for takedown defense, which some of that is also she wants to go to the ground so she can scramble and get into a better position. I get that part.
Yeah.
But like also with someone whose takedowns are at a 40% accuracy already, that just amplifies that to like a 70-80% accuracy.
That's so funny.
But yeah, and so with like just Jillian not being a dominant or physical wrestler like that, the positions that like if she does get a takedown, it'll make it a much easier for Mackenzie to try and like actually work through with her own jiu-jitsu, you know? So that's where it just super interesting fight, man.
That would be a lot of fun. I would love that fight.
Great fight. I would love it. Yeah.
Like honestly, I would kind of rather they did that before going back to Zhang Weili when she inevitably wants her belt back, because it's just I don't know, like it's just way too fun of a fight, you know? Like I want it to be between them two. Weili beats both of them. She's gonna get her belt back, so like give her a shot, you know?
Listen, I don't need I think who gives Weili a better fight, Jillian or Mackenzie?
Jillian.
Yeah,
I do think Jillian.
Jillian's just.
I honestly think
Jillian is
Weili
just a better fighter.
Yeah,
like even.
Do you want to know the one thing I'll argue is Mackenzie might be tougher. Jillian's tough, but Mackenzie might just be a bit more dogged in there against someone like Weili, that she just might make it more interesting off of sheer willpower. Like
that is true.
That's fair.
They're both fun fights though. Either way, all of them together, they all make good. You know what I mean? But I just wonder if Mackenzie's lack of I'm trying to stay safe would just make it way more fun. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine like Jillian possibly being able to pull something out over Zhang Weili, where Mackenzie just is only in that fight for to your point of like as long as her toughness allows her, like that. You know what I mean?
That's very fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Jillian could definitely get fucking just blasted in a single round, but it's like, bro, it's like. We already watched Mackenzie Dern get historically beat up in a fight.
I was about
really don't need to see it again.
Yeah. Because Weili, like, with how physical she is going to bully the fuck out of Mackenzie.
Yeah,
So
Weili won't give a fuck about her jab. Even like it's on Mackenzie Dern's best night. That jab doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Like, and there is 70% of the time where that jab is not. Like it, so yeah, it's but yeah, let's go, Jillian. Hopefully she gets it done and looks very impressive in there. Yep. There's only one result that makes me happy. There's only one result. The Hulk's gotta go out there and smash, man. Iwan Kutelaba is gonna go out there and do his thing against Umar, right?
Alright, so maybe? Omar's C by sub, right?
That's where you're mistaken. Iwan Kutelaba gets this.
Umar C lost to Alonzo.
He did.
Alonzo is a lot better than Udalaba.
Is he though?
Let's see.
I've never seen.
No, yeah.
10-6-1 in the UFC versus
okay, all right.
8-10-1.
Serious question though, right here.
Okay.
What is worse? Running face first into the cage as soon as the fight starts to instantly get knocked out? Or pretending to be rocked so many times that the ref actually calls the fight?
I'm going to be honest.
What's worse?
I think it's the second one.
You think so? What do you think, Kate? What's your opinion on that one? What's worse?
The thing is they're both bad.
Yeah.
They're both horrible. I really don't know because like the Kutalaba one just makes it extra funny that they immediately ran back the rematch for him to go out and get knocked out for real in the first round. So it's like, just
Gotta make sure it was right,
Well, yeah. So I don't know. Omar probably wins, and you're right. He probably does keep him out of there.
No respect for my boy. You guys don't understand my boy's game. All right. Damn, I didn't realize how much. That's a big reach advantage.
Yeah, 8-inch reach advantage.
That's a little rough. Shit.
That
might be a little rough, my boy. He might struggle with that, huh?
Omar C with a 70% striking defense.
Yeah, Ewan's getting finished in here. He's knocked out. He's getting subbed. Something's happening.
Yeah. Sorry, your boy's losing.
All I know is Umar ain't gonna want to. That's all I know.
Sorry, you cut out for me.
Right.
Could very well knock him out. Could happen. But yeah, it's a fight at 205. It's a fight at 205 that has E1 Lava. What more say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Andre Fili versus Jose Delgado, also on this main card.
Yep.
Andre Fili about to get knocked out.
Yeah, man. It's one of those things where it's like Andre is a tricky vet, but Delgado is a damn solid fighter.
Damn.
Who puts out stupid numbers too?
8.22 strikes landed per minute. God damn.
Yeah, it's like he lost his last one to Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood is a very good fighter, so it's one of those things where it's like no shame in a loss like that. Also missed weight, so it was just like a little bit rough there.
It's like also really with that,
should go out and beat Andre.
Yeah, and it's like with that one, I don't remember exactly how it all went, but I feel like I remember thinking like Delgado could have won it, and then like looking back at the numbers, it only confirms it, and I'm like, damn, I almost feel like it needs to be rewatched because what happened here, Delgado was outstriking the shit out of him. And
I definitely just
the takedowns, I guess, because it was really the first round that he went stupid, and then I guess he slowed down a bit. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching you saying that, like, you thought. I remember thinking that Nathaniel would won. But it's always one of those things of just the slight bias, like going into it and everything. But yeah, very solid fighter. Andre Fili is he's been around for so goddamn long. He has not gotten two results the same in the row since 2019. And he won his last fight, so that means he's gonna lose, go to no contest, or get a draw on this one. And I would mostly imagine that it's gonna be a loss.
Yeah, like he's probably getting knocked out in the first round.
More than likely, that's what.
At least Delgado, he's at least in a better spot on the card than he was last time. Because last time out against Nathaniel Wood, it was right after the Hamdi-Chris Barnett fight. And right after that was Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland.
Incredible.
He was sandwiched in between two heavyweight fights as a palate cleanser. And now he's on the main card of an Apex card. We're moving up in the world,
Yep. Very true. Failing upwards, you know what I mean? Michael Chandler knows a thing or two about that. But yeah, that should definitely be a good one.
Yeah.
I don't give a single fuck
Yeah.
about Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick.
I mean, it'll probably be good. Rahiki's got some fun striking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
He's young, you know. It's just one of those things where it's his debut, so we've only gotten to see him on Contender Series. So it's like,
And the only
no
thing we've
care
seen
for
from
that.
Harry Hardwick is getting TKO'd via leg kicks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he got fucking cooked with them.
yeah,
Like cooked.
and
Yeah.
that's where it's like this guy. He's got, like you said, we don't know too much about him. Only saw his one fight on Contender Series, which it's like at this point I can't remember at all. But he's got all finishes. And the one thing that I do at least like with seeing the all finishes and majority striking, he's got a body shot finish, spinning back kick, then just KO, TKO, punches, ground and pound, knees, elbows, uppercut. He has finishes in a like very different ways. Yeah. And so it's just, that's definitely good to see from like a younger prospect coming up. And so it's like the fact that he just, is out here finishing people in multiple different ways. The way that this dude got finished with leg kicks in the last one, dude should go out there and be able to do the same thing,
and
or just finish him in some other way, I would imagine.
Like I was saying earlier, we don't really have to worry about this dude's cardio, even if this goes later, because he does have a 4th round submission guillotine over someone in the 4th round. So we know he has cardio to be able to last for 3 hard rounds.
Yep. So yeah, definitely expecting probably easy in that one. And then to open up the main card, Vitor Petrino stepping in on short notice, taking on Steven Asplund.
Asplund taking on?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot that's what it was. My bad.
Because it was supposed to be Vitor versus
Kennedy. Yeah.
I definitely have just had that backwards in my head the whole time. But yeah, definitely a just big opportunity for Steven Asplund. I'm not sure if he's going to win, but
neither do I. Jesus Christ, because he's only had the 2 fights in the UFC. Right now, it's saying he lands 20 strikes.
Well, yeah, because he went out like that last fight of his, crazy. Yeah, that's insane.
But that's kind of the other issues. He's at heavyweight, and like, yeah, he got the 1st round KO on the Contender Series, but then he fought Sean, and he could not. Like, it felt like he wasn't going to be able to get the TKO until he finally did. It was just like, damn, he is.
Well, yeah, because it didn't even last a full 2 rounds, and he landed 172 of 294 strikes. But with that, it's like by the time it got to the 2nd round, the 155 strikes he threw in that round, they were slow, they were labored, they had nothing behind them. Like, it obviously got very sloppy very quickly. And then it's like, that's where the worry comes from in this fight, is that Vitor Petrino is a very solid and well-rounded fighter.
Yes.
He doesn't go out there and put on a crazy pace that he can't maintain like on the feet, but he does push the grappling a lot too. So it's like, he's only going to stay on the feet for so long before he tries to take him down. He's probably going to be able to get the takedowns. If he takes him down, he probably gets him out of there. But it's like, even on the feet, Vitor is like pretty solid and methodical. He's probably going to be able to stay at his own distance, like just body kicks, leg kicks, jabs with, like, you know, maybe a little 1-2 here and there, like, you know, a couple hooks back out. Like, he's gonna be the faster and just better fighter. Like, Asplund will move forward and absolutely put on the pressure, but like, I just don't think you can do that to somebody that's just a higher level. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
After seeing the last, it was definitely like, I don't know how far you're going to go in the division types stuff, because it's just some of these guys are just gonna be able to counter. They're not gonna give a fuck about your pressure like that. I don't know what you're gonna do in the division.
Yeah. Vitor Petrino's big as fuck at heavyweight too.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's like, he's big as fuck, but like, he's also weighed in last time at 250. Okay, it was 250. For some reason on UFC it says 225.
Crazy. Yeah, I was gonna say, but because he moved up, and it's like, you just see that shit in his.
Oh
how much, like, it is insane. But yeah, it definitely gonna be a rough one. But if he's able to go out there and that pressure just still shines through, and he's still able to get it done in similar fashion, that'll be incredible to see, man. He's
Hell
so
yeah.
hyped.
Oh yeah.
I saw just like a post about me like talking or like just it said that he was like trashing him or something. I didn't see what he said, but I was like, no.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I gotta see what he said there.
Well, yeah, I can only imagine that these two are gonna be like, I don't want to say rivals, but I don't know like the word for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like they're gonna be beefing with each other because it's like they both came in around the same time. They are younger, they're gonna probably stick around for a while. And what complete opposite people. Like just leave it there, man.
Very different personality. Dude said he would suck Dana's toes for a contract. You know what I mean?
Right, but just because he'd be saying funny shit, or just because he'd be like act like, you know, seemingly like a nice person, he's still definitely gonna talk his shit. You know what I mean? So that's where it's like there's gonna be beef between them in the future. I feel it.
I just love how a bunch of what Jimmy said just cut out, and the first thing that came back when his mic came back on was he said he would suck Dana's toes.
He did say that.
He did say that. I just, out of everything you said there, that was the only thing that for some reason the mic picked up.
Very nice.
But yeah, that should definitely be a fun one. No matter what, though, we'll see how it plays out at heavyweight. Other than that, that's the main card. We got some prelims. Nothing too crazy on the prelims, but what are you guys excited for?
I feel like Mick DeBeck and Chris Curtis is like the one that has to be. Yeah, it's the only really notable one here.
I mean, that's some people's opinion, but sure.
That
why is that the only notable one to you?
Because Mick DeBeck has been having some real fun fights since he's been in the UFC. Mm-hmm. He's, you know, obviously he's had some weight issues going on, and he is officially committed with his last fight that he's at 170. So it's like he knocked the shit out of Jack Hermanson. Obviously that was going to happen. Jack Hermanson shouldn't have been at 170.
Yeah, no.
So they, you know, a lot there. But it's like, you know, going into Chris Curtis, it's like seeming that they want to, give him the progression. Like, you know, you're making weight, we'll move you in, and just, you know, definitely a solid fight. Definitely going to be a lot of fucking fun.
Hell yeah.
It is definitely funny that this fight is essentially a former 155er fighting a former 185.
There was the one in the last one,
I know
too.
It is, but like Chris Curtis actually should have been fighting at 170.
Yes, that's why I feel like it's just not as crazy because, like, you know, bro, fucking Jack is big, man. Like he was like
a 185er.
185er, you know what I mean? Like he's not the biggest 185er at this point, but it's like shit, like especially fucking 2018ish, you know what I mean? 2019 on the rise and stuff in the division. It's like he was one of the more bigger, more physical 185ers. Like
he was the original RDR.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like that was definitely surprising, him going down. But yeah, like you said, Chris Curtis definitely should have been at 170. Definitely going to be a banger of a fight.
Oh yeah.
Do you think McVeigh's going to end up just trying to go out there and take him down and get a sub on him?
He might try it.
Chris Curtis, the striking is going to be a little bit too crafty.
The striking might be a little too crafty, but also I think his takedown defense is going to be pretty on point, especially at this weight class. I don't think any. I need to look. He's only fought once at 170 as of right now.
Who?
Curtis.
Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, his last fight was well, we can't say because it was Max Griffin. So I know Max Griffin did not shoot a single fucking takedown in that fight. Chris Curtis actually shot a takedown.
Definitely going to try to take him down. Like the only fight that he didn't take somebody down was the Jack Hermanson fight where he didn't attempt it and he knocked him out in the 2.5 minutes. Like
so far the only people who have gotten takedowns are Nasser Imavov, makes sense. Brendan Allen, makes sense. And for some reason Roman Kapilov, but he went 1 for 6 and he only got it in the 3rd round.
Very nice. Oh no, you're telling me Roman even able to one takedown on you? I think Mike could take him down, honestly. So that'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Definitely going to be a good fight.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yo, you're telling me you're not hyped for motherfucking Charles Energy Johnson?
Well, that would be the other one, but it just feels more correct to start at Chris Curtis and Mick Beck over Charles Johnson and Bruno Silva.
I like Charles Johnson more than any of them.
That's fair.
It's motherfucking energy.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be another great fight.
This is the man that decides greatness at flyweight. No other person gets to decide greatness at flyweight like Charles Energy Johnson. And we all know that anything. He's gonna go out there and knock the shit out of Bruno Silva, but it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. I always love Charles Energy Johnson fights. It's just his style. He's so much fun.
You know what? That's why he's gonna lose.
Nah, but no.
It's because Bruno has no shot at the belt. It's why he'll beat Charles Johnson.
This is
just like Cody Durden, Alex Perez.
She's making some good points.
He's being Sumadarji,
but he decisioned him.
He's beating other people.
He decisioned those people. He only knocked out Joshua Van and Loney.
Those are his only 2 knockouts in the UFC.
No, the other one's Jimmy Flick.
Damn, it really feels like he has more knockouts.
Nope.
No.
Lost to Ode Osborne. He did beat your boys August.
Fraudulent.
Yeah, no, every single other fight has been a decision. He's not a knockout guy. Like, that is the thing. Like, he is a crafty striker, but he's not like a knockout guy. But on the flip side of that,
Bruno Silva be getting knocked out.
Bruno Silva does have 3 KO, TKO losses.
He's getting knocked out.
He definitely could.
First round knockout. Energy sleeping him.
I don't know about first round.
Yeah, no.
Third round knockout to Manel and Joshua Van.
I was about to say.
Those are his 2 knockout losses in the UFC. His third one is back in 2016, 7-second head kick.
That definitely ain't.
8-second right hand for Charles Energy Johnson. Puts him down.
Damn, that guy didn't go on to do anything after. Lost his next fight and then retired.
That's incredible. But yeah, that should definitely be a fun one. Got Brad Tavares, Eric Anders on the card, Blasio, Manuel Souza. That should be good, but
yeah.
See what happens.
We'll say 2 fighters on this card with history with the Fighting Nerds.
True.
Who?
Sosa knocked out
Oh yeah, he knocked out Rufy.
Yeah.
I was thinking people that trained there, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Yep. BM Mosquito on the card, Elijah Smith. So yeah, definitely got some people.
We're just gonna skip over Sam Page. Fight week.
Listen.
6-5 in the UFC. That's a positive record.
We are the only 2 people. Not even Ginger gives a fuck about Sam Page. We are the only 2 people that will ever be like, damn, oh nice, Sam Hughes on the card,
Yo, she's on a 3-fight winning streak.
Yeah, she's cooking.
Holy shit, I kind of forgot that she was cooking.
I was about to say.
Let's go.
3-fight winning streak.
3 and 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kiera Rodriguez is the one that lost via fucking headbutts. Yeah. Let's go, Sam Hughes.
Man, coming into your UFC debut as Tisha Pennington is that's a rough one.
Yeah, she for me is just such a prime example of someone that it's like she's not like obviously not the best fighter, doesn't have a good record at all, but she is not a bad fighter at all. Like I will not watch her fight and let anyone tell me that she's just a shit fighter. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like it's just not true.
It's the Mark Hunt defense.
Yeah. Like yeah. One of them things, but that should definitely be a fun one.
I didn't realize that this is a rematch, and Pierre won the last time, and for some like they fought literally in October of 2022. I don't know why they're fighting again.
Well, another useless rematch for no reason. That opened up a main card that we just saw last week. We got
what weight class is this again?
And we're gonna get a return of results in this one.
I was about to say, it's fitting.
Decision.
was about to say, it's fitting that it's a useless rematch at 115. That tends to happen a lot.
No,
And they didn't have to do this. There could have been somebody else.
There could have been. There could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the card.
Let's go. Hooray! Now, it's some good old fight news. The greatest fight news of the year, everyone. We finally got it. We finally seen what it was. Freedom Fights 250. What a name for that, huh?
Such a
That's got a
name.
nice ring to it. A special kind of ring to it, you know? Australian fans won't even be able to watch the if they have a job. Because it's going to be so early in the morning on Monday. Because the fights take place on Sunday.
Because they wanted to make sure that they held the Freedom 250 fights or Freedom Fights 250.
Okay.
That's for America's birthday on Donald Trump's very birthday.
Yes.
But it's totally for the 4th of July.
Freedom Fights 250. 6 fight
for Independence Day.
6 fight card on the White House lawn.
It's not an ego card.
No. What? Oh. It's an incredible card. The greatest card of the year.
It's for America.
We couldn't get, like, everything's been held up. And, you know, just so many things, like, can't go on and take place in the sport because the UFC has just been hunkering down and working so hard, spending all this money to put together this card. It's a card that's taken so much effort and so much money that I just can't even believe that they were even able to put together a card like this. It's just so unbelievable.
Yeah, dog, we got American representation in Kyle Dawkins.
Woo! Steve Garcia on the White House card.
I'm so glad
Eamon
you guys...
Zahabi. Sorry, what?
I'm so glad you guys are able to feign excitement over this, because I just can't. I can't even fake it.
It's so ridiculous and so bad that it's just like, it's one of those things. It's ridiculous.
I think the only thing worse than the announcement is if this is the official poster for the card that's on Tapology right now. I could have made the graphic in the middle using fucking paint.
Come on, you know they love them some AI.
Looks good.
Like, come on.
Yeah, so this card is almost entirely representative of basically the UFC giving us half of what we want.
Yes.
Like in all honesty, half of this card, like on one of each of the fight, you could leave them, replace like who the people are fighting with, and then people would not have been upset. You know what I mean? Like it could have been okay. And honestly, one thing that I will at least give the UFC, which for some fucking reason, I don't understand why they won't come out and say that they tried to make certain fights for this card when this is the result, because to act like you didn't even try to make different fights and this is what you gave us
makes you look worse.
It's so much worse. It's so much worse. Why are you not saying that you tried to make Islam? Why are you not trying to say that you tried to make John Jones Poetan?
Yeah.
Like, what?
If what Sean said is true, and you didn't even offer him the Corey fight, which makes so much more sense, is a much more exciting fight.
Yep. Like, and I know people that are like in the know of MMA never expected Conor McGregor to actually be on this card, but it's like a lot of casual fans or people, you know, like thought that they might get Conor versus Chandler on this card.
Allegedly, from what I saw with Arrow Helwani, apparently he said yes to Carlos Prates. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is okay, if that would have actually that'd been insane for this card. I would have.
So that wasn't for this card. That was just like a different. That was just general, like. But I don't know why that didn't come together at all.
Because they need stuff for International Fight Week.
Yeah, but the end of the day, the card that we get for this is Ilia Topuria coming back to unify the title versus Justin Gaethje.
We knew his next fight was either going to be Gaethje or Islam. We knew this. It was one or the other. Islam has a hand injury. This is what we get.
Yeah, which honestly, I don't even know if he has a hand injury. I feel like that might have even just been something that fucking Dana White just made up or some shit. I don't know. I don't trust anything at this point. It's all fucking so weird.
Who knows?
But it's one of those things of the biggest event, the biggest card of the year, all these things, and you got an equivalent of a boxing mandatory headlining this event. So that's cool. It's one of those things, like, you're gonna get a great result for sure, but it's just like, do you really care when you know that Ilya more than likely knocks him out in the first exchange? Like, you know what I mean?
First round, maybe second round if Ilya's being patient.
There is not even a war where this makes it 5 minutes. I don't believe that at all. This dude was able to go out there and absolutely shred through Oliveira like he did in his last fight.
Yeah.
Gaethje ain't making it 1 round. This dude is older. He's more shop worn. He is a much worse fighter technically. Like, unless Gaethje literally is on his bike for 5 minutes and is trying not to engage in this fight, then I guess we could get to the second round. But
when has Gaethje ever done that?
Exactly. Like, he's just saying, like, oh, you know, someone's probably getting knocked out in this fight, and it's like, brother, we all know who's getting knocked out in this fight.
Someone.
It's not
it's Gaethje.
Yeah.
And I was only saying if Ilya was just like super, just like, I'll just take this round off and just see what Gaethje's gonna do. So I can just. But even then, he doesn't even need to download data for more than a minute.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things of he literally could just go back and watch Gaethje fight, and the data is already loaded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not going to be much mix-ups or anything that he can do differently. So that's your main event. Co-main event. It's one of those things where it's like, end of the day, I like the fight overall.
Yeah.
But with just where it is on the card, it just takes away so much love for it for me, honestly, that I would have just preferred this fight on any other card, honestly. But Poatan vacated his title, moving up to heavyweight, fighting Cyril Gane for the UFC interim heavyweight title. Obviously, Tom Aspinall is still out and injured due to his eyes getting poked out to Cyril Gane. Fun fact about this fight for Cyril Gane: he is 3-2-1 no contest in his last 6 fights, and this will be his 5th UFC title shot. He has never won an undisputed title. So that's a little fun fact there. But end of the day, Poatan moving up to heavyweight, fighting Cyril Gane. That's a big fight. It should be a fun fight, and I am super curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah,
Jimmy?
100%.
Okay, so I am super curious how this ends up playing out, because it is very, like, stylistically a more plotty striker versus a elusive striker, so that is very interesting to see how that ends up playing out. But you've played, like, UFC, EA UFC 4 or 5, whatever it is. Yeah. You've played the career mode, right? Where you like, Cyril Gane is that guy you keep having to rematch when you become champion. I have realized it, like, just recently, that is what Cyril Gane's career path so far has been.
No, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, but like, it is obviously annoying the position, you know, of that in that Cyril has been in and all those things. But it's also like, at the end of the day, this dude only has 2 losses on his career, on his resume, and especially, like, you know, however this one ends up going.
Francis and John Jones. It's 2 of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Yeah, it's like, this dude has one of the greatest resumes of all time at heavyweight, I feel like. In terms of the level of competition that he has fought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he has fought so many great fighters, and, like, especially with this Poatan fight, like, dude has a fucking hell's row, which is a killer's row, which is almost impossible to happen at heavyweight. Like, especially in this era. It's insane.
It had to be Cyril Gane, because there's not really anyone else that could have filled that vacant title role, except for, like, John Jones, if they had decided to have him fight John Jones, which I'm not even sure they'd put the interim title on that. I think they just leave it as is.
I mean, if
But
we
they
were going
might put the interim.
meritocratically, Waldo should have been in here, or Volkov, honestly.
I mean,
Like,
yes, but then, like, I get what you're saying with that, but I want you to imagine, like, because I know the UFC at least thought of this a little bit, like, which is going to get us worse shit? Cyril Gane getting another undeserved title shot, or putting Waldo in that interim title shot against
I get that, but like I understand why they went with Cyril Gane 100%. But it's like if we were to try to have a legit argument of who's more deserving of an interim title shot
Waldo
at this
or
point, Cyril Gane or Waldo, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just one of those things.
It's Waldo right now. Like, I'm sorry, you just paused the last title fight in this division that we've waited so long to have an undisputed title fight in to a no contest.
He's the reason it even requires the interim title.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yep, let's go main event, see how that plays out. And then the rest of the card is just like, what the fuck in terms of the matchmaking and everything. And just
the order is weird as hell.
Sean O'Malley versus Damon Zahabi.
Nobody wanted this fight.
Yeah,
again, everyone wants Sean versus Corey.
I'm sorry, that's not true. Eamon Zahabi wanted this fight. He was who called for it. He did call out Sean O'Malley in his last one.
That's true.
And he did fucking get it.
Yeah,
that's the only person who wanted this fight,
bro. Like at that moment,
if
imagine if like, you know, just people being like, yeah, he's gonna fight Sean O'Malley at the weight.
Yeah, like after coming off of a fucking split decision win over Cheeto.
Yeah,
like
everyone would have laughed and been like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And I mean, that was the result of seeing the fight announced for this. You know, everyone laughed and said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" To your point earlier, Ginger, like, how the fuck was Corey not even off? What are we fucking doing here? There's no way it costs that much more money to put Corey Sandhagen on this card. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? I'm sure at this point in Corey's career, you could have fucking shorted him $20,000 and he would have been on the fight. You know what I like? He would have taken this fight. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's just weird. I don't know if they're like thinking they had another direction they wanted to go with Corey or something. Even then, just give him the fucking fight, because if you think he's not going to beat Sean O'Malley, then it doesn't really matter. You can just go in that other direction after the fight.
Yeah. So it's like, no idea what that is. Mauricio Rufy taking on Michael Chandler. No surprise, Chandler's on the card. Wacky matchup that he's fighting Mauricio Rufy.
Yeah,
he's fighting the Connor we have at home.
Yeah, I this one I just truly don't really understand, because it's just like,
why do they keep giving Rufy like someone that grapples?
Not even that, but like I would assume that Rufy's gonna go out there and knock out Michael Chandler. But it's like,
why did he fight
do you want Rufy to knock out Michael Chandler on the White House card?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but
maybe
also
they don't think he's gonna knock him out.
That's an insane thing to think if that's what they are thinking. But like, my thing is, why did you have him fight all the way up against Fiziev, and now we're having him fight all the way down at 13 to fight Michael Chandler?
No idea. So we got that fight. This one was easily the most abysmal. I 100% figured Bo Nickel would be on this card.
Yeah.
Kyle Dawkins? Kyle
fucking Dawkins.
Yep.
Like, what are we fucking doing here, bruh? And then Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia to open up the main card. Which it's like, to open up the card.
That's a banger fight.
It is a banger fight, but it's like, again, nobody asked for this.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about or fucking knows Steve Garcia.
Yeah.
What is this? You know what I like? None of these fights are anything that anyone asked for. Like,
yeah. Not one. Again, you're right. Like, half of the fight of most of these fights we asked for. You know, we wanted an Ilya fight. We wanted a Poatan fight. We all would have liked to see Sean O'Malley in a Corey Sandhagen fight, you know? Sure, let's get Diego Lopez. Sure, let's get Rufy on the card. Sure,
either fight Diego or you're cut.
Yeah, like
Sure,
because
Bo Nickel can be on the card. Why not? He can open up the main card. You know?
yeah. Like, because honestly, I feel like at this point, like, you probably fucking throw in Armin over Gaethje, and people probably would have been happier with that as a main event. Honestly, like, if you got Armin or Islam in there instead of Gaethje, if you were able to do John Jones versus Poatan, if you were able to do Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen, if you were able to do fucking Connor versus Chandler, like Bo Nickel versus, it's one of those things where I get it's hard matchmaking for Bo Nickel, but it's like. Kyle Dawkins, you couldn't have found anyone that you think he could beat or have a good fight with that it has better name value than Kyle fucking Dawkins, who just got back to the UFC from getting cut. Like, you know what I mean? It's like what, like, my opinion, the first name that came to my head was Darren Till. I think that would be a fucking great fight to add for this. But it's also one of those things where it's like,
that's one specific random pull.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you said that, like, they would. But, like, I'm almost 100% sure Darren Till is actually not allowed in America. So it's one of those things where I know they could, but it's like, they're at the end of the day, they are doing fights at the White House for the president and very rich people. I'm not really sure how keen they would be to put someone on the card that is has ties to people that legally makes them not okay to come to America.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair, because after I had like brought up, the point of like, bro, they let Hamzat in America. I did see where Steve Garcia was saying that apparently they asked him about like any type of
they did background checks
like criminal record and backgrounds and stuff. So it's like, yeah, like with that knowledge where they are trying to keep it specific people, it's like, okay, I could see why they wouldn't put somebody that's not actually allowed in America on the White House card.
Yeah. So,
but without that knowledge, like thinking that they weren't doing that shit, it's like, so what?
Like, bro, it could have been Bo Nickel, Kevin Holland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like,
I mean, yeah.
But yeah. And then to your point, Diego fucking Lopez, Yair Rodriguez should be fucking card, if any. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like it, but it's one of those things where it's like they're trying to throw American fighters on the card. You know what I mean? And it's where the fuck is the state of the UFC with fighters that people care about that are actually American? You know what I mean? You want to have 6 fights and have 5 fighters from America? Well, it's a shit card. There you go.
I was about to say,
is what it is.
At most, 2 Americans are going to win on this card. And it's going to be Sean O'Malley and then either Bo or Kyle.
Yep.
And even then, like...
Bo and Kyle, no contest, and Eamon Zahabi just work Sean O'Malley.
That'd be... If that happens, I would die laughing. I'm not even going to lie.
Bro, let's they just got to have, like, Steve or Diego, Kyle, Rufy, Eamon, Cyril, just all decide to work together and like just not show up fight week or like just pull out last minute or something. Like that would be the greatest thing to happen, honestly.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
That'd be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah. So we got that card. Announced today. Sorry,
I was about to say, if this card falls apart, I think that'd be the most hilarious outcome.
I mean, to be fair, it's one of those things where they always, anytime they try and do something big or to do too much, things always fall apart. And it's one of those things where we watch them stack cards in order to make up for that in case things happen. Bro, what the fuck can you pull out of your hat when you have 6 fights on this card? You ain't got nothing set up or ready to go for it. I'm sure. I assume they probably have people waiting or whatever. But it's like, brother, if this is what you put out as like your plan A, obviously it's not. But like, this is the first set. If things start falling apart, what the
your
fuck
plan C is screwed.
It's gonna be abysmal.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, it's
and
it's one of those things where it's also just like, damn. We're also only getting a 6-fight fucking card.
Yeah.
This is fucking stupid.
Yep. Like, I have it, and it's one of those things where it's like, personally, there's just too much tied up with this that it's like, there are just too many feelings about this card in general that I will 100% not watch this live, and I will probably watch this the Monday after I come home. Yeah, I have no intentions on being a part of the live numbers towards this event, and yeah.
No, that's fair.
Please. Skip through all the bullshit because that's where it's also
that's where
it's like I saw Luke Thomas say of like, oh, it's like talking like so many older people that like do the like cover the sport for a living, they would love to have consistent 10 fight cards. You know what I mean? They don't want to deal with all the bullshit, have it such a long thing. You're telling me because it's a 6 fight card, you think the broadcast is meaningfully going to be shorter?
Hell no. I hope
this is not going to be a 6 fight main card that a main card lasts 3 hours or whatever. This is going to be stretched, and like the amount
this is going to have
boxing licking on this fucking card is going. I would not be able to deal with it live. It would infuriate me to so much. Like I couldn't. I would almost bet this is minimum 5 hour length, 5 hour long broadcast. I would almost guarantee that.
I hope people are ready for ICE promotions. I hope people are ready for ads for Palantir, U.S. Army, all that. Yeah, honestly, I completely forgot. Oh yeah, that is what that
bunch of lobbying for Israel. And, yeah. So yeah, God. No intentions on watching that live. 100%.
This administration is such a fucking joke.
Let's go. Glad that they just my favorite and only sport I care about decided to become so entangled with it. Incredible. It's almost like the product is as good as the administration at this point. So yeah, that's the White House card. Other fight news: Apex main event: Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. I know absolutely nobody would care about that. That's why I put it in the Apex main event.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very interesting style clash. My biggest thing is I want to see how Yusuf Zalal decides to approach the fight, and I want to see if there's like a big physicality and grappling skill difference between them.
Yes.
Those are the things I'm the most interested about in this.
No, yeah, for sure.
And then fuck, there's one more.
Volkov.
Yep. Waldo Cortez Acosta. Honestly, that's the number one contenders fight for whoever's going to be next after the winner of Cyril Gane Poatan fight Aspinall, if Aspinall is able to fight again.
Yeah, which it's like I know we haven't talked. I don't think we about it like in general to each other. But I know we haven't mentioned on the pod, but it's like Aspinall signing with Eddie Hearn and just like all that, bro. Like that is like
his eye surgery.
It truly is crazy that it's like the best shit going on in MMA right now is not UFC fights. It's like drama and just stuff going on around it.
Yeah.
Like bro, fucking Ronda Rousey going a full-on tirade on the UFC throughout the fucking press conference with Gina Carano, talking so much shit. It was awesome. Yeah,
I actually didn't see that.
I haven't seen it yet, but I knew she was. I saw some headlines, but I didn't go in depth onto what was being said or anything.
Yeah, it was great. Just completely talking down every decision and just everything about what the UFC product is today and everything, and it's it's pretty
again good. One of the things that we've said, I don't think we've said publicly on the platform, but I know we've talked about it a little bit, is the promotion of the product has gone down so much, the way they actually promote. I know you remember the promotions for Jose Aldo versus Conor, UFC 200, things like that. It's been boiled down to a Dana White Instagram Live.
Yeah.
It is so bad now.
Yeah, man. Former middleweight champion of the world, second greatest middleweight of all. His return and coming back in the main event, and fucking lifeless Instagram Live where he's just reading off of fucking paper.
Yeah.
Woo! Bro couldn't remember that Kayla Harrison was a gold medalist.
Yeah, like
oh my.
Like a
And
medalist in the Olympics is what he called her.
Yeah. Like on your first fucking Paramount branded fucking like spotlight for your product in the first event, and like, what are we doing here, bro? Like fucking listening to Ariel announce Ronda and Gina Carano at the press conference. It was like the way that he was able to just instantly give you feels and meaning to everything that they did, and they haven't fucking done anything in a decade or almost two. Like,
yeah,
made that fight feel so much bigger and more meaningful than anything the UFC will put out this year. Like,
oh, also on that, Ronda Rousey card, Francis Ngannou versus Felipe Lins.
Yes, Big Francis, done with the PFL. They have decided to. It basically just seems like overall mutual agreement to part ways. PFL can't do shit with him.
Yeah.
He can't do shit for them. They get like it. There's no reason for him to be with them at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, signs gets the fight MVP and fucking Netflix. Like, bruh, the Francis just keeps on winning, man.
Yes.
Just keeps on fucking winning. Like the way that he has left the UFC, and I would almost guarantee that the amount of money he has made leaving the UFC after, like, included after this fight, is probably as much or more, or if anything, pretty close to the amount of money Conor McGregor has made inside the UFC.
Yeah,
I would almost guarantee that.
Yeah,
and like, this is, and with him signing with MVP, him doing no longer being contractually obligated to PFL and all that. This is just the nail in the coffin on why John Jones asking for his release will never fucking happen. Could you imagine? I want you to imagine how, if they actually did that, and Jake Paul is the one who gets John Jones versus Francis Ngannou booked.
Yeah, it would happen so easily. Like, the way that would so easy for Jake Paul and Netflix to make that deal and make that fight done. Like, it would just show that it was just fucking bullshit and fucking smoke and mirror and just everything, like fucking when Dana couldn't get it done. Like, it was just their inability to pay them to make the fight.
Yep.
Not one of them is scared of each other or whatever. No, you just didn't want to pay them what they were actually worth to make that fight. And it's one of those things where it's like, it really is laughable of Jones asking for his release, because it was
we like just know it's never gonna happen.
I mean, well, yeah, but it was also, I think it was 23 that he was talking about signing a new 8-fight deal.
Yes.
And he's fought
twice?
2 fights since then.
Yeah, so he has 6 fights on his deal.
Yeah, bro.
Not happening, buddy.
Real smart to sign an 8-fight fucking deal at that stage of your career. Big brain, and you're gonna cry for your release. No one should feel bad for that stupid son of a bitch. No one should feel bad for him. It's like, it's one of those things where he says a lot about what he deserves from the UFC and the sport. And at the end of the day, he's right. He has, like, for what he has done for this sport and what he has given to the UFC, he should have been paid so many more millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're still a piece of shit. And you made a lot of wrong decisions, and now you're paying for them. So congratulations.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch him beg for his release over the next couple of years.
I was about to say, because, like, technically, the thing is, people don't understand, like, if you just reject fights, they add 6 months to the sunset clause. And then also, he technically retired. He told them he's retired. That contract is frozen.
Yep, and also it was with whatever point with the lawsuit and like the class action lawsuit. Anyone like at whatever, I forget the period of time, but anyone signing like after that, I'm pretty sure all the sunset clauses were gone.
Yeah, his contract might not even have a sunset clause.
Yeah, so it's like depending on just who like, and it's like it. So yeah, it just he could easily not have that. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows what the fuck that fucking bullshit contract looked like because you signed to the UFC. Congratulations, big dog. You are
those
a very smart man.
Those contracts say they only have to offer you 3 fights a year. They can offer him bullshit. They don't have to offer him good anything. They could offer him Derek Lewis, Ante D'Elia, and Taliesin Teixeira in his next 3 for.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, "Do you want to fight Tom Aspinall?"
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. Well, you declined to fight.
Yep.
What? Like, they're not going to give him shit fights because they would still, if his contract says he has to get paid $10 million, they're not giving him Taliesin Teixeira for $10 million.
I know.
They're going to say fight Tom Aspinall for $10 million in fucking 8 weeks.
Yep.
I'm not doing that. Thank you.
Yep.
Next.
Well,
do you want to fight him a month later for $11 million? No. Well, that's another decline. Congratulations.
John Jones going public with it. It's like, Jones, the UFC does not give a fuck about public pressure.
No, it doesn't matter.
And most people are just gonna make fun of you because of all your past transgressions. Yeah. You know this.
Yeah.
And that's where it's and especially the way at the end of fucking the heavyweight division, all the goodwill you had left with whatever fans you had, so much of it is already gone. There's obviously going to be the Glazers and stuff like that, always and forever. But
but he painted himself into a corner. He literally cannot get himself out of at this point.
Yep. And so that's where we are. Good fun. But that is all of the news, all of the things to talk about for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And we will catch you hopefully on a very fun review of this Apex card.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hopefully.
Peace out, everyone.